Productions.
Outstanding.
Welcome again to another video. It's your boy Eldorado and Ting, and in this video I'm really want to explain out the vocals here. Hopefully I can play a little of it so you can really hear it. Now, pertaining to these two brown sections, it is two different style of recording vocals. Here, the first set up here, I call them endings, and for the second set it is doubling. Now, destined to how this session did look way much more bigger than this, but I had to shrink it down so it is more controllable to work on. Now, for these four endings at the top, I bust them out to an auxiliary track, and then I bust them to a background vocal track, and I did a little bit more processing on the endings here than these doubling here on the song. But what I did, I just add auto tune, a channel strip from SSL, because I really like the sound of this SSL plugin on background vocals. It gets a little bit thick, it has this smooth thingy to it, and the plugin is really pretty much easy to use to me and take less CPU processing space. So instead of using individual plugin in the section, I tend to stick to a more conventional way of using channel strips. But what I did here for the endings, I bring it up a lot in volume because it is pretty low. I use stereo delta to widen it, to push it even wider from the panning that I have already did on it, and I compressed it fairly, and I also added some doubler effect to it, just basic settings on it to give it to thicken it more than how it has been thickened already. And I bust it out to the bus here. I add a DSR saturation to it with the saturate and color O preset, and adjust it a little bit. I use an EQ to notch out some frequencies that have been poking out in the lead vocal that I really did not need in it, and I use an EQ to pretty much shave off some of the highs. And I also have a SSL bus compressor here compressing it. Also, doing vocals like these, you really have to pan them a lot in different ways. Just use some random panning and pan them a lot so you get that thick effect, and you also get that wide effect so it supports the lead vocal, so the lead vocal sound way much fuller. Now, I'm not really certain why the artists choose to record it like this, but just from an engineer perspective is to work with what I got and not to really subtract if I don't need to from the session and make it sound better. Normally you would get a lead or probably a double or probably a lead alone, but you know, different strokes for different folks, and this particular song was recorded in a different manner. So I'm going to play a section of the song here. So that is the endings and the background vocals together. So I'm going to enable the lead vocals and let you hear it with it, and I'm going to mute the background vocals on and off so you can really hear the endings and the background vocals without it.
Advil Entertainment. Yeah, them one get me down, but me know them can't. They are same way where you feel my gun. But run don't speak, give them something for talk. They ain't a fault, play a full and body you can. A mankind so dark, my deep attack. Distance myself, me not need your dog. At the end of the day, I still nice so go on.
So the computer bug out at me. So you can hear when I turn it on and off, you hear the vocals get thicker, and when I, thicker and thinner. So when I turn it on, it thickens up the vocals. Even though I added stuff to it for it to be thick, that helps to even thicken it up even more and get it a lot of oomph to it. So don't be stressed out when you see a lot of sessions looking like this, and so forth like that. So without further ado, please do subscribe, hit the bell notification button, and if you like the session, please leave a like and some comments so I can, you know, get those and so forth like that. Without further ado, it's a boy Eldorado. Peace out.